Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to create files in Illustrator for your Cricut machine to make die-cut stickers. Alright, first here we're going to create a new file. And we're going to create a 6.75 inch by 9.25 inch file. And my workspace isn't robust, so if you're new to Illustrator, there's this icon up in the corner. Essentials Classic is what I have it set to. And this is what it'll look like. And then I just like to pull my layers panel out to see what I'm working with. And first off, I'm going to create a white background layer. I'm just going to use the rectangle tool to make that white background. And then set the stroke to 0 and make sure the fill is white. And then I'm going to rename the background or layer 1 to background. Create a new layer, lock the background layer and rename layer 2 to cut. And then create a new layer and rename this to print. This will make things easier to save out. Alright, so now I'm going to open up a art file. I'm going to copy this art, paste it into the print layer of my file here. Save your art, your Illustrator file. I'm just going to name it demo. Alright, and now you want to create that cut line. So what I'm going to do is highlight my art and make a copy of it. You can go to edit, copy, and then edit, paste in place. And then drag that little square into the cut layer and lock the print layer and toggle off the print layer. And then now that you're in the cut layer, we want to turn that into one shape. Now the Pathfinder, it's either on the right or you can open up Window, Pathfinder, and you'll get that panel and just select the Unite, and now it's one shape. Now, if you have complicated shapes that bring in like extra space, I'm just going to show you an example. I'm going to delete a little bit and show you what you could do is go to the select tool, direct selection tool, and if you hold it, you'll see that group selection tool, and then just click the outer line and then hold shift and select the whole shape, and you should just get the inner selection, and then you can go ahead and delete that. And then you can also use the smooth tool to smooth out the outer line if you want it to be like a smoother cut, but I'm gonna keep it as is for my particular sticker. Alright, and I'm going to leave it black. It will not print black. This is the cut layer, so it will recognize that as a cut line. Alright, now I'm going to toggle my print on and off just to make sure they're right on top of each other there. And then what I'm going to do is toggle the print layer off again and put a stroke on my cut layer. And that's going to be the space, the white space around my sticker. So that's kind of where I like it. And then what I'm going to do is toggle it off again and select my object and go to Object, Expand, and Fill and Stroke are selected. So that'll be perfect, and that'll outline that stroke, keystroke, and then unite that object again to make it into one object. And now your file is actually ready to duplicate. So what I'm going to do is make a copy and fill my sticker paper. And just a quick reminder, remember Paste remembers layers is on so that your object will be in the layers intended to be. So I want my cut to be in the cut and my print to be my print. So if you look at my layers, you'll see 2 objects in each of the file has come through. And then I'm just going to fill, make copies. All right. And now we're ready to export these files. Go to File, Save before you do any of that. And then I'm going to toggle off my cut layer because I don't want that to be printed. And then what I'm going to do is actually go to cancel out of this and go to File, Export as a PNG. And then I'm going to leave it at 300 ppi for print and the background white. And then my next step is making sure I save that. I'm going to toggle off the print and actually delete it. And then save this file as a SVG file. All right, now we're going to open up Cricut Design Space and go to Upload. And then upload your image, your PNG and your SVG. So first your SVG file, cut image, upload, upload again, drag your PNG, and go to Complex, Continue, Apply and Continue, Print, then Cut. And then select your SVG file first and then your PNG. That way your PNG is on the top. And then we're going to click outside of the objects anywhere on the grid space and click on the PNG and resize that to 6.25 or 7.5. And that should automatically change the height as well. And that's like the max print that Cricut allows, that's why. And you always want to do that so that you can use up as much paper as you want. And that's why I set up my Illustrator file that way. So I just aligned it, and now we're going to attach the files by selecting both items. And then in the SVG file, if you scroll down, you'll see that last square. You want to toggle that off. And that's because it is going to cut twice around the PNG file and the SVG, so you don't want it to cut twice because that will probably ruin your sticker paper. Alright, so now we're going to make it. And you see here it's taking up the whole sticker paper. Continue. Send to printer. And then toggle the add bleed off and turn the use system dialog on. Hit print. And then it always pops behind the Cricut Design Space. I don't know why, but sometimes it's hidden. So just so that you know. And then it's going to be medium quality on matte paper. And select best. Print. And then for my sticker, since it's a die cut and I'm going to use laminate, I'm going to do heavy cardstock. And I will show you what I'm using for my laminate and my sticker paper. And then here's a printed sticker sheet. And what I'm going to do here is just cut my laminate to fit right inside the registration line, and that's because Cricut doesn't read well when it's like a reflective, shiny sticker. So I'm just gonna adhere that laminate right on top of my sticker. And I'm gonna use my brayer here in a second to really adhere this laminate to my sticker paper. This is gonna give it a waterproof sticker and protect the art. So I'm just gonna roll and push and roll and push. All right, now I'm gonna stick it to my mat and just put a piece of paper on top to protect it. And then cut. Now what I like to do is pause it once all of my 9 stickers are cut before the big rectangle is cut. That's because I don't want to wear out my blade and I don't need the extra cut around my stickers. So I'm going to do that. And then here you see the final result. Super awesome. Cuts perfect every time. And it's awesome because it's vinyl and it's clean when you peel it off too. And really quick, so I messed up my first round. I'm just gonna show you what I did. My mat was not sticky, and so you want a sticky mat for this. You do not want a dull mat. Luckily, my Cricut did not get ruined, so just my stickers. So yeah, thanks for watching.